Hi everybody, Paul Cameron here with speedupmyjobsearch.com, and this is day 21 of my 31 days of search efficiency. And today we're going to talk about the most effective way to prepare for interviews when you have an interview coming up immediately, like within the next week or two. Right now, like in day 5, I was talking about interview preparation, but that was a little bit more of a long-term strategy to help you to be efficient to prepare for your upcoming interviews. And if you haven't been employing that over the past couple of years, you need a more effective way to get it done quickly. Day 11, I shared with you a pre-interview checklist that you can check off, and that's very, very helpful. But this is by far the most effective way to prepare, which is to have a mock interview or a practice interview. Ironically, setting up a mock interview isn't always the most efficient process, at least not until today, that is, right? If you think about trying to set up a mock interview, you've got to find somebody willing to do it. You've got to find somebody who knows enough about interviewing to be able to give you some important and honest feedback, someone who knows enough to give you helpful feedback, who isn't going to tell you, hey, ask them what the expectations of this job are over the first 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, really? And I know maybe you're thinking, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I read that in a book. Yeah, most books offer that. But think for just 1 second here on this one as kind of an aside on this. If you were a parent and your teenage kid said to you before you left for the day, what are you expecting me to have done before you get home? What are they asking you? They're asking you, what is the bare minimum I have to do in order to not get in trouble before you get home? Right? So when you ask that question, it's got really a negative connotation to it, where you say, what are you expecting this person to do over the first 30, 60, 90 days? That's coming across as, hey, what is the bare minimum I would have to do in order to not get fired? Whereas you could get the exact same information with just a few different words, right, which change the whole feel and connotation of that sentence, which just come across and say, what am I going to have the opportunity to accomplish for you over the first 30, 60, 90 days? Right? That's got a whole different feeling to it, right? And you need somebody who can sit down with you, who knows enough about interviewing to share those types of insights. And then what if they share that after you've given them your answer and you say, okay, well, let's just do it one more time. And then you do it again. Yeah, can we do that again? And be like, actually, this Saturday, I'm going to be doing this all day long. Can you come? And we're going to practice interviews all afternoon. Would you mind coming over and we'll just do mock interviews all day? Is that okay? No, right? So you need to be able to do this whenever you want on your own time and actually get some good feedback and be able to hear how you sound and make some corrections. So what I want to show you here again, this is for speedupmyjobsearch.com. People are asking, how can this help me be more efficient in my search? Well, first of all, in phase 4, which is all about interviewing, I've got 17 different modules in here to help you through every stage of this process. Lots of very specific interview advice from, face-to-face interviews, face-to-screen interviews, one-on-ones, panel interviews, lunch interviews, you name it. I try to stay away from scripts as much as I can, because then that makes it easy to steer away from truthful answers. If you're giving them my script, then that's not true for you. But if you understand the concept behind what I'm saying, then you can use your real world truthful examples to craft that answer. And then I've got in here, if you notice, I've got a mock interviews module. And the reason it starts out here by saying, don't look down, because the answers to all the questions that I ask you in this mock interview are on the page down at the bottom, where it explains the best way to answer each of these questions. And the great thing about this is you don't have to ask me to come over on Saturday. This video is here all day, every day, and all through the night, right? You can just click play and go through this mock interview. And then over here, you'll see a record button. And as I'm talking right now, it's recording my voice. And if I were to hit this green play button, you'll see a record button. And as I'm talking right now, it's recording my voice. And if I were to hit this green play button, it plays it back immediately. So you can hear how you sound and what your answer actually sounded like in response to the question that I asked. or you can download it to your computer for later so that you've got some distance in time between when you said it in the moment and when you actually hear yourself say it back to see if it makes sense a day later. Or I'm blocking out these pictures here so you can't see them all, where it said don't look down. I'm not letting you look down. But right here you could then upload the file and I can give you my professional feedback on your answers. So then you can have as many virtual mock interviews as you like, get real professional advice, hearing your actual answers in response to these questions, and that is going to be the most effective and efficient way to prepare for your next interview. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 22.